Detroit Community Outreach Center here in Detroit, Michigan. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to talk to you a little bit about something as it relates to giving to the poor or helping to the poor, and that is what we call the wild card givers. And the wild card givers are philanthropists, concerned citizens, individuals who are looking at certain issues not necessarily from the way it has been done traditionally. The wild card giver takes a look at a certain situation and even though millions and maybe sometimes billions of dollars goes towards supporting the poor or helping the poor in one area, but the wild card giver says, wait a minute. Is there another way that I can put my money for that same cause because I'm just as concerned about that cause? And it's no big secret. The cause that we're about, preventing teenage parenthood. It was started by a wild card giver where all the other state of Michigan, the city of Detroit, and all the other avenues would say, well, we don't want to fund this. This guy wants to go into the homes and get with the parents. When we have so many teenage pregnancies, traditionally we look at these kids and we try to work with them in terms of preventing second and further pregnancies. Well, it took a wild card giver to come out and say, we want to give to this little raggedy agency, and he has a concept. Now, concept, although in numbers may not be comparable with those who have serviced the problem, the fact of the matter is we look at the numbers in terms of preventing the problem. And it took a wild card giver to give us that start. Now we're stuck in another enigma or situation that we're trying to show the public. It's not just teenage pregnancies. It's not just the cause of preventing teenage pregnancy. The fact of the matter is the giving process is skewed, and that if we continue to focus our giving simply on servicing the problems of the poor, we will never reach that point of where we're saying we need to prevent the problems of the poor. So we need that wild card donor or giver to look at our situation, to see what we're trying to say, and that is we cannot continue, and it doesn't just deal with teenage pregnancy. It doesn't matter whatever it is. If you're simply giving and not focusing on prevention, then what you have is you've given and momentarily satisfied a service. But when you say we want to prevent, we have to focus it from a different perspective. We have to say we want to prevent the need for the service. So therefore, our efforts have to be done in a totally different direction. So the point I'm trying to make is that as we continue on this avenue, as we try to explain to you that we cannot help the poor by simply giving when there are prevention efforts there to prevent the problem. Now, it's not the role of those who are servicing the problems to say, okay, we want to share our efforts with the prevention. That won't happen. Why? Because the traditional method of giving to programs that support the poor have been focused towards service. Prevention takes on a totally different area of concern. But that wild card giver, that wild card donor, that wild card philanthropist can look at this thing and see, put it in perspective, and in so doing could be the catalyst for forcing change. Putting it out there where to say to that service program, we want you to collaborate with a prevention program. And then in so doing, you've created a holistic service. A service then that we can look in 3 years later, a year later, and say, what have we done to save money for the public? What have we done to prevent the problem? What have we done in these three? Because we're looking at it from a holistic approach. But it takes courage. But, and I must say this, it takes a situation where there's monies involved to force the collaboration. Doing it because it's, well, we say we might want to do it and we'll do it for good sake. That won't work. It's not the way it works in reality. If they're going to do it, the funds have to be collected so that both agencies, both entities, the prevention and the service, are working together to prevent the problem. We believe that wild card giver, that wild card donor, is one of the keys to helping us get over the hump and deal prospectively with this particular problem. Again, my name is Creighton Rippey. I'm the director of the Greater Detroit Community Outreach Center here in Detroit, Michigan. You can reach us at greaterdetroitoutreach.org or give us a call, 313-891-7030.